Practical Publishing is bringing us a very special thing. Now, they call these a magazine and box kit, and it's because they come in a box like this, but what is wonderful about them is all the goodies that you get. Now, Tonic is the designer of the products that are included, and let me show you. First of all, you know you're going to get a magazine, you know you're going to get lots of ideas, but what is unique about the box kits is that all of the projects are showing you how to use the elements that are included in the box. And those elements this time, there is a cutting die, and this is a pretty amazing one. Thank you, Houston, for getting it even closer. Okay, now just notice that each of those corners is different. So you have the option of doing 4 different corners, and you also have, you see this band? Well, it's different on one side than it is on the other. So you can die cut it and then turn it and die cut the other half to make a complete one. So that gives you 2 different ones. The center area also has a variety of images. A daffodil, a rose, we've got some kind of looks like fuchsias, or maybe it's just trailing flowers that looks really pretty. So rose and daffodil stained glass window die set. In addition, there is an embossing folder. Now, the embossing folder has that spray of leaves around it, and happy birthday to you, as you can see. In addition, we're not done. There are stamps, and there are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stamps, clear stamps, lots of words as well as images, kind of the same stained glass look. And there are papers. Now, in the papers, they are A4 size, so they're, you know, think of 8.5 by 11 and a little bit. So you're going to see all over patterns. Now, they're very geometric looking on one side and very floral looking on the other. And some of them are cut in half. So you actually get 2 designs on this side, and there are die cuts, or excuse me, cutouts on the other side. So there's a total of 20 cutouts. Now, I have to tell you, when I first saw these geometrics, I wasn't all that thrilled, but if you're feeling that way too, just wait until you see the projects. The projects make it all work. So very, very nice. Another set of the cutouts, and again, you've got the pattern on the back side, and then this is all going to get repeated as I go through these. Okay, and that's where we started. So let's get inside and see what you can make with all of these lovelies. First of all, we'll get in a little bit closer and look at the one on the cover because it is beautiful. So this has taken one of the corners and done it, and it's been done 4 times. It's taken this circle and not used the part that was with the leaves, but using the other part, so that's right there, and then the whole center of it. Birthday Wishes is one of the stamps, so that's included, and that's been all die cut out of white and layered over one of the pattern papers. Yeah, pretty terrific. Okay, let's go inside. So this is talking about what you're getting and all the different things, and it's going to show you some things. In fact, well, let me see. Let me show you this. Okay, this is another thing I thought, well, okay, that's like a jewel, but they're going to end up making it into a butterfly, and I'll show you a project in a minute, which I thought was really neat. So it was really nice to kind of look at something and go, well, I think this is gorgeous and this is highly, highly useful, but it's really nice to see the execution of everything. So this is also giving you some hints and tips of how to use all of this and how to make them work separately, so you've got all of that right at your fingertips. Now, stained glass is the look that Tonic has with all the products that are in here, and this is a master class showing you ways to create these. And what I love is that it's using the papers that I kind of poo-pooed in the beginning, and I'm starting to rethink my poo-pooing. So there's the card we had, and giving you some information of using the Spectrum Noir pens that we have, and just beautiful looks. So comparing the white with a variegated, doing that with your inks. Really pretty, isn't that nice? Using the die and using that one separately, it's right here. And there's just so many things. Milestone birthdays, and I think that's popular in more countries, not as much in the US, but why not? You can make this any birthday, any anniversary. Isn't that lovely? Really, really pretty. And I think that's just very, very nice. We've got more Easter greetings, so there's some ideas here. And it just goes on and on. Isn't that lovely? Just absolutely beautiful. And so I'm kind of moving these around. You can see my faithful Post-its. There's that butterfly that was made with this very simple looking kind of nothing stamp. And look at it there. How gorgeous is that? Very neat, very fun. And there are even step-by-steps how to do it. I love it. And let me see. So we've got more delightful die cutting. That's very good. Now this I think is interesting because this was another, I guess I'm really sharing my biases here, but when I saw this piece right here, I thought, well, that's okay. You know, it's nice. But when I see it here, it's really lovely. So that's, and right there, isn't that just gorgeous? So yay. Yay for Practical Publishing and Tonic. So lots of ways to use these and lots of ways to use the stamps, the cutting dies, the embossing folder, especially when they do so many things. Now, as I said, isn't that lovely? Just lovely. That you can, the instructions are either in inches or they're in centimeters. It really just depends on what the designer wanted to do. And I thought that was quite striking. So using the embossing folder just on white and then doing a stamp, and the stamp is right there, simply in black. What a striking card. And look at that using the cutting die. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then also they decided to do some different things. So putting them on boxes as well as some very different cards, just a very different look from the other projects in the magazine. And look at that, just very different look, but can be done with this kit. So I think this is a treasure. And I think you are going to absolutely love it. Plus, how can you go wrong? Look at that amazing cutting die, all those papers that now I like, and an embossing folder and stamps, and all of this is right here. Now, when we get these, we are limited pretty much to stock on hand. So if you like the Tonic Magazine and Box Kit, I suggest you get it now. And I am delighted that it's inclusive with paperwishes.com.